Okay, I'm going to try this again, this time on my cell phone. I just tried to do a live update on my computer, and my internet or my computer is not liking me this evening. So we're going to use a cell phone. I hope it's not too wobbly. But I wanted to get on for just a little bit this evening. I hope you guys are having a good Friday night. And I wanted to give you an update on the latest with the health department. We've had some of our members start to ask for an update, and I wanted to do that now that we are 4 days past the 30-day deadline that the health department had. And I wanted to say thank you again to everybody that responded to our call to action, that sent in your comments and your requests for a public hearing in regards to the recent rule changes, proposals that the health department had and mandates. And so basically we're 4 days past that 30-day deadline. Once the public comment period closes, they have 30 days to compile all of our comments as well as schedule a hearing. And so a bunch of my board members emailed Mrs. Alden, who gave the email replies to those of you that sent in your comments. And I called Mrs. Alden on the phone, and she told all of us that within the week was their goal to have all of the public comments compiled and put together. They were still working on that, and she was hoping to have a hearing date scheduled. They don't have one scheduled yet. And I asked her while I was on the phone, when they do have one scheduled, where would that be published? And she's telling me in their newsletter, on their website, and then mentioned 2 state newspapers. I'm not sure how many people read the paper anymore, but 2 state newspapers if they were required, which was an interesting comment. So it seems like they're not working as hard as they could be to informing the public of these meetings and rule change proposals. So as we continue to challenge them and ask questions, this is going to be something that we hope to challenge them on, as we think that public dialogue is important, and oversight to these rules that affect all of our lives. Let's see, let me look at the rest of my notes. But yeah, so as soon as we hear something as far as a hearing, we will let you know. She indicated it may take place at a physical location, but I've talked to NVIC, and they said in the past that it was available through Skype. So we're hoping that it will be available to people across Wyoming. As soon as we have more details, we will certainly let you know. If there is a physical location, that would be great. We will let you know so people can attend and ask questions. We're not sure yet how many people will be able to speak and ask questions. But the other thing, since we've watched this deadline come and go, is who holds them accountable to their policy. If their policy is 30 days and it's 4 days past right now, and it'll be a week or 2 by the time they finish compiling public comment, who holds them accountable? So I'm working to try to get answer to that question, because I think we need to know. I think policies are useless unless there's checks and balances and some integrity in this process, and we want to make sure that that happens. I also wanted to say thank you very much for our new members in the last week or so. You guys have stepped up and joined. A lot of us are watching what is happening in California and concerned, what state's next. We've seen New York, California, Maine, Mississippi, and West Virginia already don't have rights outside of their medical exemptions, and we don't need more of that coming to Wyoming. Speaking of, now that it's back to school season, this is the time across the country, Wyoming not being immune, where the media likes to scare parents into thinking that they are illegal if they do not get their kids pumped full of injections by deadlines, that they'll be kicked out of school. But that's a half-truth for those of our states like Wyoming, where religious exemptions are still a legal option. So I just wanted to remind everybody, especially if you were new, that you do have the right to a religious exemption. If you haven't, visit our website. We have a letter template to help you out. We have the state forms. There are concerns with the forms that the state has provided. So do read our disclosures on that and reach out to us and ask questions. But I also wanted to take a minute to reach out to new parents. If you have a kindergartner, or maybe you've homeschooled for a while and you're enrolling your child back into school, if you submit your form by the deadline, then you're okay. You simply need to inform the school district that your form was mailed in, it is processing, and as soon as you hear back from the health department, you will give that to them. You have met your legal obligation for religious exemption, and you cannot be kicked out of school. If you are, let us know, and we'd like to help get to the bottom of it. We'd like to help fight for you, because that's not right if you're following the legal guidelines for religious exemption. But all too often, the media likes to leave out that option. So when I'm done with this live, I'm going to put a link for those of you that missed our call to action last month about the rule change proposals. I'll put a link in the comments, and I will also put a link to our exemption information if you're new and you need that resource, and the KGAB article. And I want to thank our members. Sometimes a lot's going on and we don't see every single press release. So send it to us. If you haven't joined our group and we don't see something, let us know, and we'll get on it, get to the bottom of answers. And again, if you haven't taken a moment to get on our website and sign our petition, that's another reminder I wanted to give this evening. We will be traveling to the VIE event in DC in November, and we want to get as many signatures as we possibly can to hand our Wyoming national delegation and let them know that injury exists, death exists in Wyoming, and that our families matter. And we want that on the radar and put them on notice that this is an important issue, especially as it's becoming under attack under more states as we watch what happens and unfolds in California. Also, I've posted a Do Not California My Wyoming profile picture in our group. So if anybody wants access to that for your profile picture, you're welcome to have it. So yeah, if you guys have any questions though, feel free to reach out to us. And I think that's everything for this evening. The KGAB article. Again, I can't say thank you enough for your donations and those of you that have joined as members. And I'll hit on one more point. I didn't get to watch the High Wire episode this week, all of it, just bits and pieces. But some of my friends and board members reminded me something that Dell mentioned about travel and how the Healthy People 2020, I believe, agenda, and how they're wanting to work to combine that with Real ID. So their goal is to restrict our travel abilities. That if we don't line up and get our injections, we can't get a driver's license. We can't travel on an airplane. These are things that will affect our livelihoods, our ability to travel, to spread the message, to visit our friends and family, and that's just not acceptable. They want to just coerce us to comply, and we're not going to do that. So anyways, just feel free, you guys, if you ever have any questions, reach out, and as soon as I have any more updates on the health department, I will be sure to let you know. And thanks again, you guys. You've been awesome this week. Keep up the good work and have a great weekend. Bye.